All right, Shalom, Yashala, back with another GMS on the go. I'm Brother Nakam. I'm with the North Carolina camp. Before I go any further, I'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, from teaching us this truth according to the Bible who rule well, and a double shalom to all the Sisei Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best of your ability. And I was able to get up today through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Shah. Yahweh, that's what the word he calls God, which his name means he is or he exists. And Yahweh Shah being the only begotten Son, that's what the word he calls Jesus, which his name means he saves, he delivers. And I'm just going to get into a lesson today on missiles will destroy America. I'm going to say that again. Missiles will destroy America. So without further ado, I'm going to grab my first precept, and Lord willing, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and confusion in faces who look like these other heathen nations but are actually Israelites, the elect, are edified. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. That's right. And Babylon being aka America. And that's what you see going on. You see these other nations putting themselves in array against America. These other nations, they're in agreement. They're on one accord against this place called America. It says, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows. That's right. And the bow represents the silos. These other nations, they have those silos pointed at this place called America. And they're going to shoot those missiles that are going to come out of these silos at this place called America. And these other nations, they're not going to spare any arrows, meaning they're not going to spare any missiles. 200 million ICBM missiles will touch down on this place called America. You see? 200 million ICBM missiles will make this place called America desolate, uninhabited. It reads on. For she has sinned against the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah. That's right, talking about this place called America. Because this place called America is being ran in wickedness by Esau, the so-called white man. And the Lord is fed up. So he's putting his spirit on these other nations to send these 200 million ICBM missiles over to this place called America and destroy it. You see, to make this place called America desolate, uninhabited. You see? So again, 200 million ICBM missiles will destroy this place called America. So I'm going to get my next precept. And again, Lord willing, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and confusion in faces who look like the other nations but are actually Israelites, the elect are edified. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh Shemal Shah, in the weapons of his righteous. It's like in the weapons of his indignation. That's right. And that word indignation means righteous anger. And what's the Lord Yahweh Shemal Shah's righteous anger that's coming from a far country, even from the end of heaven? That's talking about those 200 million ICBM missiles that these other nations such as Russia, China, Syria, North Korea, and so forth on, are going to send back to this side of the world, to America, to destroy it. You see? That's why when you turn in the news, you constantly see these other nations talking about sending missiles over to this place called America. 200 million ICBM missiles will touch down in this place called America and make this place called America desolate, uninhabited. Read it from the top again. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. That's right. So the Lord's righteous anger, which are those 200 million ICBM missiles, they are coming to destroy the whole land of this place called America. Once those 200 million ICBM missiles hit this place called America, there will be nothing left standing. Everything is going to be thrown down when those 200 million ICBM missiles hit this place. You see? So I'm going to grab my next precept. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. That's right. And this is talking about your ancient wars, your ancient battles. Because this is how your ancient battles were fought. It was fought with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. Because what? You have one group of people on one side of the battlefield, and you have another group of people on the other side of the battlefield. And they would have swords in their hand. And next thing you know, they would take off running to each other, screaming, hollering, yelling, you know, and the ground would be shaking. And as soon as they get to each other, the swords will be clinging, making a whole bunch of noise. Cling, cling, cling. And then the sword also will be hitting the shield, making a whole bunch of noise. From another person trying to avoid getting cut or stabbed. And then not only were they fighting with confused noise, but the garments were rolled in blood. Because before and after the war was over, everybody would be cut up and stabbed. There'd be blood all over the garments, blood all over their body, blood all over the ground. You see, and so forth and so on. So that's how your ancient wars, your ancient battles were fought. It was fought with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. It reads on, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And what's going to make this burning and fuel of fire? Grab a precept real quick. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past. That's right. And woe means death and destruction. So that second death and destruction that has already passed, that's talking about World War II. World War II has came and it's already gone. It reads on. And behold, which behold means to look. The third woe coming quickly. And woe again means death and destruction. So that third woe that's coming quickly, which we're in those times now, is World War III. So World War III will be fought with burning and fuel of fire. And what's going to make those burning and fuel of fire that's going to be fought with World War III? Those 200 million ICBM missiles that these other nations are going to send to this place called America and destroy it to make this place called America desolate, uninhabited. You see? So 200 million ICBM missiles are going to touch down in this place called America. All right. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, will come as a thief in the night. That's right. You know, because when a thief come in the middle of the night to take your goods, your belongings, the thief do it when you're not paying attention, when you're not aware, when you're not on your guard. And that's how the day of the Lord is going to come upon two-thirds of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans. The day of the Lord is going to catch two-thirds of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans when you're not on guard, when you're not paying attention. It's going to take you by surprise. It says, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the heavens being Esau's rulership, his kingdom. Esau's rulership, his kingdom, is going to pass away with a great noise. And what's that great noise that's going to make Esau's rulership, his kingdom, pass away? Those 200 million ICBM missiles. Because when those 200 million ICBM missiles hit this place, it's going to be loud. That's that great noise. They're going to be like boom, boom, boom. You see, and so forth. It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. That's right. And everything is made of elements. The people, cars, building, trees, and so forth and so on. So all these elements that's in Esau's kingdom is going to melt with fervent heat from those 200 million ICBM missiles. It says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. That's right, by those 200 million ICBM missiles. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? That's right. So seeing that Esau, the so-called white man's kingdom, is going to be destroyed by 200 million ICBM missiles, how should you, so-called Negro Latin Americans, be conducting yourself? Because that's what conversation goes into, conduct. how should you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans be conducting yourself? And to answer that question, you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, you should be conducting yourself in righteousness, following after Yahweh Shema Shah. You see, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible to the best of your ability. Because the ones of our people, of the nation of Israel, who are not doing the right thing, they're going to be taken by those 200 million ICBM missiles. So we should be conducting ourselves in righteousness. It reads on, verse 12, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Lord. So like it, read that again. This is Peter chapter 3, verse 12. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High. That's right. Because we're hastening. We're rushing the coming of the day of the Most High. We want this day to hurry up and come. It says, wherein the heavens, Esau's rulership, being on fire by those 200 million ICBM missiles, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens. That's right. We're looking for a refreshed heaven, a refreshed rulership. It says, and a new earth, and a refreshed earth, to where there's no more chemtrails, in the sky, to where there's no more GMO foods, to where there's no more fluoride water, you see, and so forth and so on. We're looking for a refreshed heaven that's being ruled by the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, and a refreshed earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. You see? But the point is, this place called America will be destroyed by 200 million ICBM missiles that the other nations are going to send over to this place called America. You see? So that's my lesson. Lord willing, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, and confusion in faces who look like the other heathen nations but are actually Israelites, the elect, or edified. Before I go any further, I'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakwadash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone from teaching this truth according to the Bible and rule well. And a double shalom to all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best ability. Till next time, shalom.